Okay, where do I start? You know that moment when you decide that the planet was no obstacle to finding the true love of your life, so your parents reluctantly drive you 2 hours to the nearest airport to fly around the planet to meet her? No? No, just me then. Well, that's my story. This beautiful girl is my reason for leaving the US for the first time. And you know I can't take a trip like this without taking in all I can along the way. And of course, filming everything. Like seeing the sights, shopping for souvenirs, tasting the local food, and of course, spending time with the love of my life, B. All the things I'm looking forward to in Taiwan. For the first step in my journey, looking out the window will be my hobby for the next 24 hours. The trip to the airport is punctuated by the industrial structures of Superior and Duluth. It's a trip with an atmosphere of mixed emotions. My dad, terrified of flying, asks me several times if I'm sure about this. My mom, concerned but supportive, is inquisitive about the girl who's captured my affections from the other side of the planet. In the meantime, I text updates to the girl I met online 6 months ago. She can't wait to meet me, and sends her prayers for my safety. As we near the airport, we have settled into the reality of this moment, and try to pretend as if everything is normal. A warm sunrise greets us at our destination. The James L. Oberstar Terminal in Duluth, Minnesota. Pictures on the go aren't ideal as I rush to check in my bags and we say our farewells, and I embark on my first ride on an airplane. My first of many firsts on this trip. My first time waiting to board. My first time on the plane. Yeah, you get the idea. My first flight takes me from Duluth to Chicago. This is the moment when you take a look out the window and ask yourself, what am I doing?
Slip it over your head, wrap the belt around your waist, and secure it to the buckle in front.
My first orientation, and all I can think is, I hope I don't need this.
Flight attendants, please be seated for departure.
The taxi process is long. Don't get nervous. After all the wait, the actual takeoff is really something to experience for the first time. The ground tilts and drops out from underneath you. It feels like an amusement park ride. I'm both laughing and praying the whole time. I've never seen the world from this high before. Cool? Still praying. It's worth it just to see the clouds from the other side. As we get higher, the view evolves, and the stewardess walks the aisles, offering refreshments. Far from home. Fitting. Out the window, it starts to look like Christmas. The clouds look like a blanket of snow. I've always wanted to be up here. If I could live up here, I'd move in right away. I try to look for a familiar town, but all I see are circuit boards. The details of sprawling cities take form as we near our first stop. The view changes drastically while banking.
Please have us press down to the landing by bringing all seat backs and tray tables in their upright lock position. Slowly carriage may begin on dark light.
Finally, a familiar sight. I've always loved the Chicago skyline. What a trip. I'm ready to get off, and I'm praying we land safely. A bit bumpy.
We're about a half hour early. Our gate should be opening up here in the next 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll be heading that way. We have a connection here. I fully expect that we'll be at the gate about 10 to 15 minutes early today.
The Chicago O'Hare International Airport is one of the most impressive airports, and I only get to see a fraction of it. And it doesn't hurt that they have a brontosaurus. He's a fiberglass replica. He's still a handsome devil. I couldn't resist getting some selfies, but he wouldn't give me his autograph. Before long, boarding begins for San Francisco, and I find myself with a great view of the wing again.
Flight attendants, please be seated for departure.
Once again, the landscape shrinks away, and we're on our way across the western half of the United States. Nothing quite prepares you for how loud it is riding a plane, especially for several hours at a time. Across the country, I see plenty of things I'm not exactly familiar with. Different kinds of agriculture, geology, the stark gradient in the sky at this height. Some terrain is so alien I expect to look down and see Kirk fighting the Gorn. I know, major nerd moment. And I finally got to see the Rockies. It's amazing what you can take in with just one glance. Finally, signs of civilization as we come in for the approach. This bridge reminds me of something I've seen in an action film.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to San Francisco. Local time is approximately 11:19 a.m.
On arrival, I text my girl to prove that I made it safe in San Francisco.
You can now use your phones and other small devices. Please check your seat back pocket and area around your seat to make sure you have all your belongings.
The air traffic control tower reminds me of Aku from Samurai Jack.
During the flight. We have the entire crew. It's a pleasure to have you aboard.
Finally, we're disembarking at our second stop, San Francisco.
Hope to see you again on another United flight, and have a wonderful day.
Don't forget to check your departure time and gate. The San Francisco International Airport isn't so impressive. They have some gift shops, some eateries. I'd love to give you the tour, but the shaky cam just isn't worth it. Suffice to say, it's cozy, and everything costs a lot. And if you're trying to get to the right gate, you'll find that it's big. Like huge. My main mission is to find my gate first. I don't want to be running around lost at the last minute. Did I say this place is big?
133.
Now, I can finally grab a bite to eat at a nice place called Klein's Deli. Now, I've never had kombucha before. Kombucha? Whatever. But this is a time for trying new things. Looks healthy, and I like ginger. And I'm thirsty, so... Yum. Finally, we prepare to board for Taipei, Taiwan. Oh boy, here we go. My girlfriend and I have been texting to say how excited we are to see each other, and pray that I arrive safely. Good thing there's nothing to see while crossing the ocean. I wouldn't be able to see it anyway. Last chance to run. Should I do it? No, I'm good. The pre-flight instructions were notably Spider-Man themed. Spider-Man has us all sit down and buckle up. I never could get this buckling thing down quite right. Good thing I'm skinny. Honestly, I know it's a heavy-handed Spider-Man advertisement, but this is my kind of pre-flight instructions. I'm sure you can watch the whole thing on YouTube.
Should be airborne within about, we're going to guess about 25 minutes. Thanks for your patience. We're early in our flight time by 26 minutes today, so we should still have on time at a Taipei.
After a short 26 minutes of taxiing and seeing the sights, we are finally off. That's cool. We just flew through a cloud. Once again, San Fran becomes a field of toys, and the skyline shrinks away. While I sit listening to the pilot, I'm praying we'll arrive safely, and I'm looking forward to the adventures ahead. I can't wait to arrive in Taiwan, get off the plane, and get some new experiences. Like seeing the sights. Shopping for souvenirs. Tasting the local food. Got ourselves some tasty treats from the chopsticks. And of course, spending time with the love of my life, B. Spending time in Keelung and Taipei. For now, I look out the window and think of what awaits me in Taiwan.